Okay, so number 1, fable. A short story, typically with animals as characters, conveying a moral. Example, usually volunteer to read fables to preschool students in my neighbourhood. So an example of a fable would be something like, you know, 3 Little Pigs. Yeah, so that would be a fable. Moral, always a moral to the story. Tells you how to be a better person. Boycott, to refuse to buy a product or take part in an activity as a way of expressing strong disapproval. Example, the subway boycott caused so much inconvenience to commuters. So if you were disgusted by something, you could boycott it, refuse to go there. Yeah, I could say, I boycott Samsung because they make too much money and exploit people. Something like something you feel very strongly about. If you boycott something, you feel very passionate about it. Yeah. Okay, foreground, number 3, to emphasize an issue or a word. Example, before the program begins, we would like to foreground that the opinions of the host do not come from the network. Yeah, something at the front of. So foreground for me would be something that's placed, it's mentioned first before you go into the main detail. And obviously at the end, background information, something to supplement. Seamstress, a woman who sews, especially one who makes her living by sewing. Example, my mother knows a good seamstress who lives just around the corner. So if you go to like Wedding Dress Street, I think that's what, Anguk Station, I think all the wedding shops are.
Oh,
yeah, they're all seamstresses. They're all seamstresses. Anyone who makes dresses is a seamstress. So if you had a tear in your clothes and you needed someone to sew it.
The tailor is different?
Yeah, tailor makes suits and stuff. A seamstress sews, uses the machine, just a sewing machine. Yeah, a tailor would be someone who makes the specific type of clothing. And tailors are generally male and seamstress is female. But yeah, so you could say, is your mother a good seamstress? Because I've got a tear in my clothes and my socks need repairing. It's female only. Wantedly, accustomed, usually. Example, the wantedly quiet street becomes lively every New Year's Eve. Yeah, wantedly quiet, something that's the normal for that particular situation. So you could say, the wantedly quiet boy is usually really loud, or the wantedly hungry man does not want food. That would mean he's usually really hungry, but on this occasion he doesn't want food. Okay. Metaphor, the application of a word or phrase to an object or concept. It does not literally denote, suggesting comparison to that object or concept. Elisa uses metaphors to describe the characters in the short story. So for example, someone that's really tall, you could say that man is as tall as a tree. Be a metaphor, yeah. Or a really big head, that man has a head the size of a bus. Yeah, something like that, yeah. Okay, chastise, to criticize, severely reprimand or rebuke. Example, the school will temporarily be closed to chastise all the students because of the school-wide cheating incident. Yeah, chastise is just a really, really strong way of telling somebody they've done something wrong. So say if you had a child and they were like 12 or 13 and you caught them smoking, you would chastise that child so they didn't smoke again.
How about the meeting, can I say this way, like both chastise?
Yes, yes, that would be a very strong way of telling you off, yeah. So to chastise someone in public is kind of insulting. It wouldn't be a good thing because it's a very strong way of telling someone they've done something wrong. So